Hey, what is up, guys? This is Bo, or Carl Hungus712, and by the title of this today, you're probably saying to yourself, Bo, what the hell is No-A-Phobia? What do you mean by that? And today I'm gonna go back to more of a philosophical thing. It's kind of what I enjoy talking about, but let me know what you guys think here if you enjoy these type of commentaries. But today, what No-A-Phobia means, or what I take it as, is our inability to say no to things. And it's one thing I've kind of found fascinating throughout my life so far, is how many people really shy away from just giving a simple two-letter answer, no. And it's always surprised me that when you ask for things or ask for favors, a lot of times you never get a no. You'll get sometimes no response or an excuse why not, even though they just really don't want to do it. And I've definitely been guilty of this too over time. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about that and some things in the past and reasons why I think I have a problem saying no to others when they ask for favors. But to start off with, one thing growing up is, in case I can't remember if I've mentioned this in other videos or not, but growing up I was always a fat kid. I didn't have a lot of friends, didn't have a girlfriend or anything like that. So, you know, I had maybe, I think in elementary school, maybe 2 or 3 friends. That was about it. And I was a pretty smart kid. Did my schoolwork. Always did well on tests, grade wise, and everything. But as I got older, you know, and got into really good shape, got skinny, became more outgoing, better personality, talking to people and stuff. When people would ask me to do things that I just didn't want to do, then had no desire to do, or if it was even somebody who I really didn't get along with or really didn't care for, I always had this problem saying no to them, and I always wondered why. You know, why I always had that problem saying no. Was it, you know, was I scared of conflict? Did I feel bad for that person? You know, why couldn't I say no? Why did I struggle so much with it? And I think a lot of it with me was that, especially with people who I didn't like and I knew didn't have a lot of friends either, I think I kind of felt guilty and felt bad for them, because I was kind of in that same predicament at one time. You know, being a younger kid and being a fat kid without any friends, and being told no a lot. You know, hey, do you guys want to go do something? Do you want to hang out? No, Bo, you're a fat kid. You might eat all our food. Or, hey, Bo, you're not the most popular kid in the school, so we're gonna say no to you joining us, or no to hanging out with you. And I think that's one of the big reasons why I've had problems saying no over the course of my lifetime. Is that, you know, I guess I feel guilty saying no, because I always look at things from my perspective a lot, and that's not always the best way to do things. Sometimes you got to step out of your comfort zone. You gotta step out of your mind, step out of your shoes, and take a look at things from the other platform, the other perspective, the right or the left, you know, the conservative, liberal, libertarian. You know, sometimes you have to step out and look at things from a different perspective and realize that, you know, your opinion isn't always right. The way you view things is not always the way others view things. Your background, your knowledge, your experience isn't the same as other people's experiences. And I think that's, like I said, I think that's the main reason why I have problems saying no. And I've also come across this too with others, and I know I've had some friends come across these problems as well, where, you know, even when it comes to asking somebody out on a date, they won't reply with a, you know, thanks, but no thanks, or hey, I'm sorry, I'm just not interesting, so I'm gonna tell you no. And instead of just simply saying that and saving all that time and everything, you won't even get a reply. And I've always wondered if this is due to the fact that they're scared of conflict. Are they scared the person's going to get upset? Are they scared about hurting their feelings? You know, maybe they were in the same predicament I was growing up. They were told no a lot, and they don't want to hurt the other person's feelings. But for me, I guess maybe just because I'm a pretty straightforward, pretty honest type of guy, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you the answer straightforward, because I think that's the best thing to do. But I guess from my perspective, and I don't know, what do you guys think about this? But from my perspective, I think when it comes to saying no, I think that's almost the more honorable thing to do. And maybe you guys are saying, well, fuck honor. Honor doesn't that doesn't matter. What's that have to do with anything? But sometimes I think you're better off just being straightforward with people. I'm not going to say necessarily being 100% honest, because sometimes that can hurt you, but I just think sometimes that's the more honorable thing to do. Hey, Bo, do you want to go out on a date? Nah, I'm sorry, you're fun to be around, but I'm just not interested in you. Because I think sometimes it's easier for the other person to hear a no than simply not hear any answer at all. And I think really being that passive on matters like that, I think end up hurting you and hurting the other person more in the long run, just for those kind of reasons there. You call somebody up for a job, or ask them if they'd like to come work for you, and instead of just saying no, I like my new job, or no, I'm just not interested in your job, you don't get a reply at all. And I think that hurts your credibility, and I think that also hurts you for future problems that you might have to deal with. Like I said, I think a lot of people going to the other step, looking at it from the other side, I think a lot of people hate conflict, and that's why they say no. And I think in life, that's one thing that makes you a better person, is being able to deal with conflicts, because you're going to have conflicts. You probably have conflicts every day, and you may not even realize it, because they could be big, they could be small. Typically you have them at work, sometimes you have them at school, sometimes at home, with friends, with relatives, family, anything. But conflict, it helps you see things from the other perspective. It also helps you deal with problems. Because one thing I've learned throughout life, and my inability to say no, especially when it came to relationships, is that when you don't just come out and deal with the problem, when you don't go straightforward head first into the problem and try to fix it, and you take that passive step, basically stepping back and letting things just work themselves out on their own, or stepping back and just saying, I'm just gonna ignore it, and it's gonna go away because I don't want to deal with conflict. Typically, more problems end up arising, and it's kind of like that old saying that about not repairing a hole. I know I sound like an idiot here. I can't even remember how it goes, but something about not sewing a hole when it's small, and then before you know it, it's completely destroyed because you didn't fix the problem when it was a small problem. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you guys today about this. And I've always thought the inability to say no and No-A-Phobia was kind of an interesting topic, and I want to hear what you guys think. If you guys have the same type of problems too, like I said, I understand a lot of times why people say no. Like I said, I think it's they're scared of conflict. They're scared, I'm gonna hurt this person's feelings, or I'm gonna say no, and they're gonna go off the deep end. But what I've found in life is typically that rarely happens, and for me, I think it's more honorable, and I'd rather hear that right from a person's face, or right, face to face with somebody. Hey, no, I don't want to do this. Hey, no, I don't want to do this, that, or the other. Instead of just simply putting your head down, walking away, and not even giving an answer, or just falling off the face of the earth and not even replying. I really think that hurts your credibility as a person, and like I said, I think dealing with conflict really does help you become a better person and understand things, and it definitely helps you work through things too. And I wished I would have talked about my gameplay a little bit earlier. If you guys are still watching, thank you very much. But this gameplay here, I dropped 20 kills sniping with the VKS silenced dildo sniper rifle here. And I do pretty well with it. Like I said, I think I dropped 20 or 21 kills here on this map. And anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I definitely want to hear some comments, likes, subscribe if you definitely want to. I really enjoy talking to you guys about this stuff, but let me know what you think in the comments section. But I look forward to seeing you next video, and bow out.